So it's the Fusion Radio 15-year anniversary. What was you finna say?
I ain't gonna lie, that beat sounded kind of hard how it came in though.
All right, let us
Who
vibe
beat
with it
that
for a
is?
second.
Who beat that is?
Let's let us vibe for a second. Then I'm gonna come back and tell you something stupid that you're gonna be like, you really stupid for saying it.
Let me see. That was decent though. Wasn't nothing really wrong with that. I liked that flow. It was decent.
So I'm gonna fill y'all in on some. Those of you listening on the radio and those of you watching on Facebook Live that's hearing the music, right? So Facebook Live has really been paying attention to what Fusion has been doing. And so I have to have a totally different approach where I have to get instrumentals that are non-popular and put them on and use them as transitions so our lives are not muted when the people are watching or going back to listen to it later. So hence, I've been just going on YouTube and finding different producers and showing love to them during the show so we don't get in trouble.
You know what's so crazy though? It sounded like you took like some elevator music and put like some 808 to it. That's what that sounded like though. Like you just put a little bit more bass to it. That's exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah.
But it was decent though. I rock with it.
So it's Fusion Radio, man, 15-year anniversary, man, today. And, man, like, so excited, my passion is celebrating people. And that's how this journey started 15 years ago. Is I just wanted to do something for the culture, man. That's all I wanted to do, man, is to celebrate our awesome talent, not just from Chicago. Because you know what I found out is that those of you that watch the show and everything, y'all tell y'all friends about the show in other cities, and they like, man, we ain't got no Fusion Radio in our city. Like, are we excluded? And it's like, no, you're not excluded. You know what I'm saying? We want to have you on too. So to be able to start with Chicago and then branch out and, you have people from Philly, people from LA, all over the place, man, that want to be a part of Fusion and appreciate what we bring to the table. We recently, actually, just on Sunday, for the Sunday show, had an artist from Las Vegas, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's just really a joy and a pleasure, man, to share this platform with you and especially you weekly. And from the bottom of my heart, I definitely appreciate it and everything. And so our next artist in the building, man, he said, look, I want to be part of this 15-year anniversary and talk to the people about what I bring to the table. So I'm going to have you introduce yourself to the audience, and your name is what?
MauriOtto.
MauriOtto is in the building, man. And so, man, thank you for being part of our 15-year anniversary, man. Want to get into you and your movement, man. Like, what actually inspired you to want to actually get into music?
I like kind of somewhat come from a music background. Like, my father was doing music. He didn't really know that I was paying attention to him for real. Like, I used to have to listen to his music when he wasn't at home type, So it really kind of started from that. But I didn't record a song until like 2017. That was the first time I recorded a real song, 2017.
So what made you like feel like you had to sneak and listen to his music? With like he didn't want you listening to that type of music, or like what made you not really want him to know that you was paying attention to him?
I feel like you know how when you a child, your parents try to shield you from certain stuff to a certain extent.
Yeah, I know
feel
exactly
like he was kind of doing that. Probably didn't want me to,
really
run right
know what's
behind
really
him. But I
going
was
on.
doing it anyways, though.
Most definitely. Because that's crazy you said that, though, because that's kind of how I got into music myself, like riding around with my pops and listening to, like, Snoop Dogg and stuff like that. That kind of how I started liking music in some type of way, too, though. So this name, though, like I heard of names like this, but it's like yours is a little different, though. So, like, how did you actually come up with your music and your rap name? How did you come up with that?
Like, me always wanting to be rich. Like, I always knew, like, I'm going to have some money, so I'm going to get some money somehow, some kind of way. So I was looking into, like, wealthy people that wasn't from here, so I wouldn't attach nothing to myself that somebody else can find. And the word Otto Man came, like, it just I kept seeing that, like, it's like German or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And it got attached to, like, the wealthiest people outside of where we come from. So I attached Otto to Mari coming from my real name. So I put it together like that, and it sounds good. Some people be asking me, like, is it Hispanic? Like, I be getting all type of questions about that name.
No, because when you just said it though, and you said it how you said it, it did kind of sound like a Hispanic type of name though. But I definitely get what you're saying though. Definitely need all the bankrolls and stuff like that. So
All right.
most definitely. So I understand you said you made your first song as far as like recording in 2017. But when did you really like sit down and be like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to make a career out of making music.
After that first song, after the first song I wrote, it's called "I Deserve It." It's like really a radio song. I wrote it in hopes of it blowing up in regards to something like that. I got a little traction from it, but it didn't do what I wanted it to do. But the reaction from it, like, and then being in high school, my teachers, coaches, like everybody was letting me know, like, we supporting you, we behind you. And they was making parodies and all type of stuff to my music for like SATs, I believe. They was doing a lot of stuff. So a lot of stuff like that like made me feel like, oh yeah, I could really do something with this.
Man, you got me intrigued with that single, man. You remember any lyrics from it that you can give us like an acapella version of it? Anything, man. I know we put you on the spot, but like seriously, I'm hearing it. Like, question is, would I deserve it, man? Like, of course, go further into detail as to what inspired that single. Because, like, it's a couple of different things I'm hearing with it, and I want to see if what I'm hearing in my head is confirmed.
I Deserve It. That's the first song. With that being the first song I actually sat and wrote out with the instrumental together, it's basically me speaking up for the people like me that come from my neighborhood that's, like, scared to branch off from what's going on, what's popular, and they don't really want to do that because they scared to be disowned. So I really wrote that to, like, show them, like, we can do something else. I'm talking about a lot of positive stuff in that song.
Man, and that was aligning with what I was thinking.
Right.
That's an inspiration right there, man. That's a motivational track, man, for your hood, man. Real talk.
For sure.
Real talk, man. So, man, look, you got some good music for us, man, entitled Still, man.
Yeah.
What's Still about?
Still, that's like me, like, coming back out. Like, you know, I just had a baby, my daughter, 2 years old, Kamari.
Oh, man. Look, man. Anybody that's been a fusion know that I'm a sucker when it comes to the babies. So when we come back, we definitely got to talk about the baby. But
Sure.
Continue with what you said about Still.
Right. So with me having my baby, I had to sit down for a second, understand how to be my own parent. Like, not try to follow up behind not saying I didn't have the best parents, but like try to figure it out on my own. I moved away, got it together, but at the same time I was still working. So with Still, I had to come back out like I'm still that same guy. Like, everything about me still the same.
That's what's up, man. So what I want you to do for me is, once again, pronounce that artist name for us and lead us right into this Still track.
MauriOtto. I'm still a Mari off the back.
I'm still a Mari off the back, don't get me wrong, I get you whack, long live D Glizzy, need him back, want me to drop this shit. She let me hit her from the back, she told me OZ West, said I heard he home, he think it's that he got released, I dropped the hat, no need to sneak this, knowing we gon' show it where you at, I love a freak, she eat for so long, I caught a crown, couldn't even tell you how she look, I recognize her from her scalp, this got dry, I'm talking about South, I'll put Motown back on the mount, I still a go on 51st and get my Joes up with the sun, it ain't a live and tell you he seen me and made me run, first time I had to blick it out the sun, we was squeezing, pinch my thumb, White Liz and Taylor so hot together like Dumber and Dumb, y'all got the internet, no doubt, but really y'all ain't on the crumb, I let one hurt my feelings after that hunt, so done. If I get bored, I'm just, yeah, I see you had your phone, I'm low, I thought he off the back, so you know how I'm gon' come. I'm still a Mari off the back, don't get me wrong, I get you whack, long live D Glizzy, need him back, want me to drop this. She let me hit her from the back, she told me OZ West, said I heard he home, he think it's that he got released, I dropped the hat, no need to sneak this, knowing we gon' show it where you at, I love a freak, for so long I caught a cramp, couldn't even tell you how she look, I recognize her from her scalp, got dry, I'm talking about South.
So it's Fusion Radio's 15-year anniversary, man. You know, I could not do this without our awesome guests. And then I want to tell y'all some key things as far as recently during this 15-year journey, which has been fun for me. It's been a lot of fun doing this show with my brother YTS Keys, man. Still can't believe that he actually came to me and was like, man, I actually want to co-host on a regular basis. But, man, absolutely in this short amount of time that we've been doing the show, it's been hard to tell people that we only been doing the show together since September 24th. People are convinced that we've been doing this show together for a very long time.
Man, it's crazy because I've only been doing it for 6 months, though. But you're right, though. I feel like we've been doing this for years, though. That's the crazy part.
No doubt, man. So our guest is here, man, and everything. And I'm going to have him pronounce his name one more time, only because I want for people to absolutely know how to pronounce his name right. And number two is I want you to be checking for him. So your name is what?
MauriOtto.
MauriOtto is in the building, man, right here, man, on Fusion Radio, man. And so let's get into further your movement, man. Like, I feel like, man, before we get into this accomplishment thing, I want to get into this fatherhood thing. You know, that's what we talked about before. So this fatherhood thing, man, some awesome, memorable stories about being a father, some things that your daughter has done that you say to yourself, oh, wow. Now, I know you ain't got to the terrible twos yet. You ain't got there yet.
Yeah, we there. We was there.
You are there.
His daughter, too.
That's right. That's right. So the terrible twos, man. Some experiences with the terrible two.
Like, my grandfather's birthday was a few months ago. So, he was drunk at the lounge. I had to leave out to go get him. She was sleeping in the bed with her mom when I left out. So when I came back in, about 20 minutes later, she nowhere to be found. Quiet, house quiet. Check the bathroom. She's standing in the toilet with a whole outfit on, like just.
Wait, what you mean standing
shoes,
in the toilet?
Standing inside the toilet. House shoes, socks, pajama set.
Oh,
It's
man.
terrible too.
I wasn't ready for that one.
Quiet.
That's got to top even the story about the chicken nuggets. Because it seemed like every parent this 2 years, that's got to top the story. Those of you that didn't hear the chicken nugget story, when Kid Young was here, him and his girl, you know, they have a 2-year-old. And bottom line, the mom said that, man, you can't play until you get done eating your chicken nuggets and fries. And so she stepped out the room for a second, comes back, the chicken nuggets and the fries are missing. And she's like, there's no way you could have eaten all of that in like a second that I've been gone.
All right.
And so she says, so where's your food at? I don't know. And she says, where's your food at? And she starts pulling the chicken nuggets with the barbecue sauce and the fries out of her pocket.
That's crazy.
So when she was sitting in the toilet, I know you was mad and probably blue, like, you feel me? Head was everywhere. But, like, what was your first reaction to it when you first seen it? Like, take us back to that moment, basically. Like, how was you feeling when you first seen it?
I eased the door open. And she just looking at me like. It's like we having a little stare down. I grab out the toilet. It's like I can't even really be mad at you because I know for a fact this the same stuff that I was doing to my parents. So certain stuff that she do, I kind of give her a little, you know, like, man, I know I was doing this. But at the same time, it'd be certain stuff like, no, I wasn't doing that. She worse than me. I think it's the COVID babies. All the babies that was born during that COVID
He said
time,
it's the COVID
like,
babies.
you'll see.
Man, that's real right there, man. Oh, man. So what's one thing outside of the terrible twos that is something, I guess, that's neutral that you say definitely she has that trait when it comes to you?
It's her it's her personality. Like I never seen I don't know if it's because it's my child, but like I never seen myself and nobody else. Like even from a baby, and she has her own personality. That's another thing. Like she herself, she like, so when she's sick or when something wrong with her, it's easy to tell because she won't be acting like herself. Like she real full of joy, talking, sing all day.
No doubt, no doubt, man. Accomplishments, man, so far in your career, man, that you're like super proud of.
Okay, so two, 2018, I did the Chief Keef America tour. Shout out to DJ Amaris. Big bro, he showed a lot of love to the artists in the city. Um, and I did about 7 shows, I believe. House of Blues in Las Vegas, Sunrise Theater in Utah, and then we did New Mexico, Cincinnati. It was a few shows. It was, and I was feeling like, these fans, they here for Sosa. They don't know me, but me not understanding that I really got good music. It took for me to see all these strangers who never heard my songs ask for me to come back out. Like, you know how rappers be late to their shows. They requesting for me to come back out until he get there.
Oh, they wanted an encore.
They wanted me to come back until he get there. So I was doing it. I was showing love. Like, I had a fun time doing that. That showed me, like, yeah, this for you. You a star. Like, you're a star in the making. Show.
That's cold though. So like, how did that like whole situation come about though? Because certain people don't get those type of opportunities. So how did it come about
Most
for you?
definitely. DJ Amaris, we got my cousin and him. They actually went to high school together, something like that. So they linked up later on in life, like, my cousin rap. And then I actually bumped into Amaris at a shoe store and introduced myself to him. So it was like perfect, like. So they put that together.
For sure. So, like, one thing I always want to talk to the artists about when they come on the show, because it's like I see like different type of mindsets depending on like who the artist is. So like, what's your whole mindset as far as like the Chicago scene and music and like where we trying to go or where you think we should go as far as like the music scene?
I feel like we should get away from having success with drama. Because if you pay attention to the history, like the Chicago music scene, the history of all that, nobody never really blew up without beefing with somebody outside of rappers like Kanye West, Chance the Rapper. Like, I really want to make it so we can get on without having to step on each other's toes and stuff like that. Like, really be one.
It's crazy you said that because I never really thought about it like that though. Like he said, it's never been a rapper that really got on from the city who didn't really beef with somebody else in the process of them getting on, except for Kanye and Chance the Rapper. But I don't know. I put
Maybe
Kanye
more.
and like Common, but I put them in like a whole different type of pedestal.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? Like, so I don't know though. Like, I don't know why it's like that though. Like, I think it's because at a certain point in time when music started getting real popular in Chicago outside of Kanye and them, it started off like that. So, what do you think really needs to happen? You think we just need that one new pioneer, or just somebody that's already in the game just to say we gonna switch it up, we gonna do something different?
I mean, both could work. But at the same time, everybody got to be on the same page, It's always going to be egos. But like I said, we don't got to step on each other's toes for everybody to be successful.
For sure. See, my whole thing, I be looking at it like, I feel like in certain situations, we can never go to a certain point because so much done happened and so much time then went past. Sure. It's like, it's kind of hard to get past certain things, especially like when you come from the city and you kind of know what's going on, especially in certain areas and with certain people, you be like, I don't think they could ever be cool or cordial in some type of way because so much stuff that went on. But at the same time, just like what Amari was saying, like, we really the blueprint for a lot of other cities and a lot of music that's going on around, like, in America in general, or just music, period. So it's like, I just hate that in our city, we can't get it together, but all these other cities getting it together and putting on for each other and doing this. Like, you see people like Herb and Dirk and them clicked up and, you feel me, doing their thing, but it's not like how it is like in Atlanta, Detroit, LA, stuff like that. Like, I wish it was more like that, where we have like, for example, we don't even got a major label in Chicago, and we like one of the biggest cities in America. I don't understand that. Like,
I ain't even know that. I didn't pay attention to that.
Like, they got LA, New York, Atlanta, stuff like that, but it's no one major label that's in Chicago. Like, I don't understand that. Like it's not great artists out here though. But I think it's like they kind of be scared though in some type of way. I don't know why though, cause you could die anywhere. For real, you could die anywhere. So I don't know why they scared of our city, but I definitely want to see if we could change that stigma around our city. Don't try to put us on, cause it's people like you, it's people like me. That's all different type of people that's in the city that, you feel me, go crazy. We need to get a chance to get that opportunity.
Sure.
No doubt, man. I want to go into, man, how you have grown as an artist since when you first started, man.
When I first started, I was pen and pad. Basic, like pen and pad. Going in the studio, 4-hour sessions, doing 2 songs. I did that for probably about 6-7 months to a year. The next year I was going, my 4-hour sessions, I'm coming out with 10 songs. I started understanding, like, time is money for real. Like, I can't go in here and record no BS. Like, I gotta really go in here and put my all into it. So I started spending like my off time, coming out of high school or after football practice. I'm writing raps for the weekend. I know the weekend coming up, I'm gonna go up north to the studio. So that's really what I was doing. It was easier for me to write music with me being in school, because you get a lot of free time in between time. So I was always headphones, laptop, getting it going, getting ready for the weekend.
Personal and professional goals, man, that you have set for you and your music.
Okay, so right now on Spotify, I'm at 6,500 monthly listeners. I'm ready to see that in 100,000 and stuff like that. On Apple Music, I got a million plus streams over the last year. I'm really just ready to see my numbers elevate. Like, I want to be able to look at my work behind the scenes and say, it's paying off, it's working. Like, I really just want to see that.
That's what's up, man. Well, brother, man, I definitely appreciate you, man, for coming by, celebrating 15 years of Fusion Radio today, man. Like, so super excited about what's on the horizon for you, man. And thanks for sharing that dad and daughter story.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I'll never forget that, man. Like, I don't know that anything will ever top that story.
It's crazy.
Anything will top that
first
story,
one.
at all, man. What's her name, man? Shout around and give her a name.
Kamari.
Kamari. I like that, man. Now, one last time. Those might be tuning in. Those might be viewing in, chiming in, man. Your artist name is what?
MauriOtto.
MauriOtto, man, is in the building, man, brother, man. Shout out your social media one last time. And then your visuals, where they can go.
Instagram, MauriOtto _ MauriOtto _ Facebook at MauriOtto, the same. YouTube as well, MauriOtto. You can find everything under MauriOtto, Spotify, TikTok, whatever you want. Whatever your preference, I'm there.